it is Candace, your self-love financial coach, and I am excited because, well, I'm always excited, but I inspire, empowered, I messed it up. So, my name is Candace Woodruff. I am your self-love financial coach, and I empower inspired individuals to have a healthy relationship with themselves and with their money. So, I have a guest with me, Mr. Annias Tate, and I'm excited because we've been having a lot of great conversation, but now I'm trying to get in his business, okay? Can I get in his business a little bit? So, Annias, you mentioned that you're from Helena.
Yep, I am.
And they call it West Helena now, but it's Helena, so that, it's clear.
No, it's Helena, West Helena now. I'm from Helena.
Oh, God.
Commonly referred to as Helltown.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So everybody will know, if anybody from Helena, that's what they're going to say.
It's Helltown.
I'm from Helltown.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a little different, but yeah, that's where I'm from.
Okay, so how large is Helena? I think I've been to West Helena. I don't know where I've been because y'all got me confused. How big is it?
Well, it's kind of, today it's the same thing.
Okay.
It's Helena, West Helena now. But when I was living there, it was Helena.
Okay.
It probably changed. I don't know. I'm still from Helena, okay? But today it's probably about 10,000 people there.
Okay.
When I was growing up there, it's probably about 10,000 Helena, maybe 15, 20,000 in West Helena.
That's large.
It's what?
Yeah, it's large.
Large?
Yeah. I'm from Mineral Springs, Arkansas. Keep it together.
Where's that?
Hey.
Where is it?
Come on now. Well, so it's near, and I hate it because every time I say this, people are like, so where is that? It's Southwest Arkansas. Okay. Near Tollette, Arkansas, which is a great place. And where is that? Okay. Hope, Arkansas, Texarkana.
I got it.
Okay, so it's back that way. Okay. So we're about 40 minutes from Texarkana and about 20 minutes from Hope. Okay. So it's country, and it's way small compared to where you're from.
What's small? Like 100?
Hey.
What?
Keep it together.
Like when you say small.
He's gonna get it, okay?
Like it's Poe, Arkansas. You know what I'm saying? Like 15
no,
people
it's like 1,200 to 1,500 people.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. It's great. It's a great place. You were raised, okay? When we were there, like, you could get a whooping by the neighbor because you were showing out. Like, we were raised. We didn't just grow up, all right? So it was a good place to be.
Do you all have, like, multiple schools there? Is it just, like, one
no.
To the same school?
Everybody...
Like, for real, like, that's how it is in, like,
I
those
feel
little
like
smaller
you
areas.
kind of coming for me a little bit, but...
I'm just trying to get the whole country experience.
I got you.
I'm from the country, too.
You are, but not really. Yeah, okay. You kind of got a city there. Anyway, so Saratoga was a school. They had a school at one time. When we were in school, they consolidated Saratoga and Mineral Springs. Okay. But there's also a city, Nashville, Arkansas, which is near.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, so Nashville is a lot larger, so that's where we go to Walmart and things like that. But they also have a school. So there's 3 schools within a, like, I'll say 15-mile radius, 15 to 20-mile radius. There's 3 schools. But nowadays it's only 2, and that's Nashville and Mineral Springs School District. And they have a whole brand new school. We got turf on the football field, and I feel like we laid the groundwork for that because we were, like, really good at sports and stuff.
Oh, really?
But anyway, I won't, that's old stuff. But I feel great. I'm from the country, and I feel like my people are great. They're wonderful, and we were raised. We didn't just grow up.
So tell me, what was your summer like in Mineral Springs? Like, did you stay in Mineral Springs over the summer? Like, what did you do in the summers in Mineral Springs?
In Mineral Springs, we hung out outside, and you make sure you're at the house before the street lights on. That's number one. The first thing is that we were outside, so we were doing anything. Like, don't tell my mama because we were just doing everything.
Like dirt clogs and stuff like.
Mud pies, that kind of thing. When you were younger. It's real country. Don't be. Hold on.
No, I'm just saying,
listen.
At least we had a Walmart that we could go to. In town,
we do. It's 5 minutes, 7 minutes to Nashville to go to Walmart.
Nashville.
Yes, in Nashville, but it's a different place though. It's not. We had 2 convenience stores and a grocery store.
Okay.
That was good.
Yeah, no, that is good.
I don't really know if I like your tone.
No, it's good. But the thing about small towns like that is, like we were talking about earlier, is you get taught like a different value.
Absolutely.
Different values, and your ethics are a little bit different.
Absolutely.
Than people that grew up in a much larger area.
That's true.
So I'm sure you came from a good small country town. Of about 1,500 people.
It was wonderful. So tell me about Helena. You mentioned when we were talking, you said, well, I didn't get caught up into the trap of some of the things that were going on in my environment. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so, in my neighborhood, I'm from, Helena for real. I'm from North Helena. Everybody came to the park on Sundays. And
wow.
That was my community. So, one thing that just really kept me away from getting caught up in all of that is that, my mom was like, hey, listen, don't leave the gate. And a lot of my friends, they made fun of me. It was like, hey, can you come outside the yard today?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, let me go ask my mama. But, it was different because I feel like they didn't necessarily have that same support system I had in the house.
That makes sense.
And so I could see, people, I could sit from my, my little driveway and see people going down to the park and stuff,
right.
Every day. And, I got to, well, not every day, but on Sundays primarily when the neighborhood was just really
cool.
Jumping. But it was just, I think it just came from my home and like my parents just really saying, hey, listen, you got other options.
Right.
And
right.
I feel some type of way when people say, I didn't come from like mad money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think I came from a little bit smarter money than what was in my neighborhood.
That makes
sense.
They
found other things that kind of focused my mind on than trying to be, like everybody else.
Right. That makes sense. I know we were talking about the student loan thing and the credit card thing and how I'm one of those people and I'm okay with that. Yep, but I do believe that being from the country is not different from being from the hood. Okay. They have things in common, and when I say, and I'm not saying you're from the hood, but I'm not saying that.
I got you.
I'm not saying that.
I understood.
But you said you was from the north and this swamp and Hale Town. I don't know.
Listen, everybody's gonna know Hale Town.
Okay. I'm not saying it's the hood, but what I am going to say is that the hood and the country have a lot in common. Mm-hmm. It's mainly a lack of resources, and many times our school systems are not taught the same. Right. We're not taught the same. It's supposed to be the same curriculum, but it's not necessarily on the same level. Right? So we didn't get the same education or maybe opportunities that larger cities, even your city is larger than ours, so we didn't get the same exposure to the same things. Right. So what I would say is that I appreciate where I'm from, but at this point in life, it's like, okay, how can I take what I've learned back home? Mm-hmm. How can I maybe set up a community center so that the kids will have something positive to do, and then also have let's say educational courses that they have to go through, like to talk about money and how you won't get these credit cards and student loans and go kick it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I just think, I really think it comes down to, it's a lot of work for somebody that wants to do that. I know you have to work to live, but it's also to really just give back to the community where, don't get me wrong, it's not hard to give back to the community, but to make it really stick, you have to do it again and again and again.
Yeah, you're right.
And, I do, like, I really don't understand, even with me growing up, we never really talked about money.
Yeah.
We really never talked about, I was watching this, and they're doing it in some cities. It was something on the news where it was a class where they taught people how to write checks.
Interesting.
But we don't write checks
I was
anymore.
just going to say, but I don't know if that's useful.
Like, so that's like something that should have happened 20, 30 years ago.
Right.
We really need to get more up to date as far as how we're teaching our kids about money. That's right. Because, I have a niece, and she has no concept of money.
That's right.
She just thinks money just shows up. And it does in her case. Right. And when you're a kid, in some situations, it does just show up.
But I still feel like we can still teach some of those values, though.
We need to.
Like, okay, if you get $1, you shouldn't spend all of it.
Right.
What should we spend?
Right.
10% give it to charity, or and another 10 to savings, and another, whatever it is. But at least have the understanding that every dime we get, we shouldn't spend the entire amount of money that we get, and that. But that's a mindset and a mentality that has to be taught up front and at an early age, like that.
But do you think we'll really ever be able to get to that point with the youth today? Because think about the only thing the kids do now, adults too, we are on social media.
A lot.
And, like I said, I'm trying to get into social media myself. But when I'm looking on there, all I'm seeing is people like living their best life.
Right.
Well, and I just talk to you.
That's real, right? And I know.
Yeah. And so I think that, it's a lot of stuff that's put out there and people are just trying to live an image, or this is how I think I'm
That's real. It's a false illusion. Yeah. And now I'm actually glad that we're talking about this, because sometimes you can look at people's Facebook page and just think, oh, they have it all together. They got this, they got that. But maybe sometimes you should take a picture with your hair not done, or with or when your nails not done that day. No, I'm just saying, like, it's real. It's realistic, and but it gives a false illusion to think that life should always be this way. And then from my mental health background, that also leads to a lot of depression and people going through different stages of their life to say, oh, well, my life is not as great as such and such. Right. Well, that we should never compare ourselves. Right. But with that type of thing going on, and with the increase of social media and the image and body image disorder and so many things going on, that it's not realistic. Like, I don't have great days every day. But I push through them, right? But you don't have great days every day. We can always find something good out of them, but we just have to, I think as a culture and as a people, we have to be more real about what's going on. Those of us who understand that we're not perfect and nobody is. I think we should just put the awareness out there more.
Yeah, I think we could be farther along in life if we were real with one another.
Absolutely.
Like, if I came to you, hey, listen, I filed my taxes by myself last year. And I shouldn't,
That's real.
I think I'm getting out of it this year.
Okay.
But you would never know that, me sitting here. I never said, I'm living my best. Like,
right.
I'm out here winning. But you'll never know that I'm right. Like, man,
I don't know how I'm gonna pay this bill or what I'm gonna do next. That's real. That's real.
I think we'll be farther along as a society,
right,
if we were just more honest and not really just trying to put on a show.
That's real.
Because you can win and put on a show when you've made it to that point.
Right, and then even when you make it, tell people how you messed up, because there's so many things I've messed up on. Yeah. Right.
What? You one of those people?
I was just gonna say, because I'm. Come on, student loans, and we kicking it.
Man.
And don't need all that money, but it is what it is. I had to be real with you about that, and then I feel like people will understand and be able to relate with us better if we're like that. Yeah. You want to do a show together? I think we should do a show, the real show. Yeah. The real show. Let's do it. So thank you all so much for watching. It's just a little fireside conversation. We're just talking. I like Annias. He all right. He good people. Right, but if you need a residential loan for your home and you want to get a home, you want to buy a house, you definitely want to get with him, because he's good people. He's from Helena, but the more important thing is that he cares about people. That's those good country values, right? He cares about people. He educates, and he makes sure that you get what you need from that perspective. So thank you for being on the show, Annias. You guys, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I just want to thank you for inviting me to your show and just letting me be a part of what you're already giving.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it.
I appreciate that. And subscribe, right? Make sure that you subscribe below to see more videos, and we post videos and stuff every Sunday. So make sure you subscribe. It's right there. Click the button, and we'll see each and every one of you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. Thank you.
Coffee in the coffee in the coffee. Coffee in the coffee in the coffee.